Hello everybody, welcome to this instruction video. In this video I'd like to show you how to do part 2 of the In Bloom crochet along. This cowl has been designed by Johanna from Mio Crochet and has been done in collaboration with Favorite Garner. For this project I'm using Scheepjes Katona yarn in various colors and a 3 and a 3.5mm hook size. We're going to be starting this part with a 3mm hook size. That's all the cream here. I did that in a 3, and then I decided to go up a hook size because the linen stitch tends to pull a little bit, but if you're good with your tension, don't go up a hook size. Also the pattern as such doesn't recommend that you do so, but I did choose to go up a hook size. So either way you're going to need a 3.5mm hook and a 3mm hook for In Bloom. This week mostly a 3mm hook. For this part, for part 2, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be connecting our flower, the flower we made in part 1. We're going to connect that to the square that forms the base of the cushion, and at a certain point we're going to be making these linen stitch decorations. I'll take you step by step through all the rounds that make up this part. To thank you for watching, and I hope it's a useful video for you. Round 10, first round of part 2. I'm going to use my background colors. This is color 4 for me. And we're going to not work from the front, but from the back side of our work. So flip your work over, you have the back side of your work facing. Reminder, I'm using a 3mm hook, so we've dropped a hook size. My background color, we're going to be working in the chain loops that we made in part 1. So in any one of these loops, doesn't matter where you start, I'm going to take this one, attach your yarn with a slip stitch. I'm going to hold on to that yarn tail, chain 2. This is my first double crochet. You can also do a chain 3 here if that works better for you, or consider doing a standing double crochet. Work 3 more doubles, and while I do so I'm going to just work over my beginning yarn tail here. So 1, 2 and 3. There you go. So we've now got 4 doubles here. The chain 2, which is your first double, plus 3. Chain 2 and 4 doubles in the same space. 1, 2, 3 and 4. You can see what I'm doing, so I've been working over this yarn tail from the beginning here, so I've kind of secured it to my work. This here is your new corner, that's chain 2. So you've got 4 doubles, chain 2 and 4 doubles. Move on to the next chain space, this one here. In there work 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 doubles. I'm going to spread them out just a little bit, because that will help me to get to the next chain space. And here we're going to work the new corner, 4 doubles, chain 2 and 4 doubles. So 1, 2, 3, 4 doubles, chain 2 and 4 more doubles. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So opening it up a bit, and this corner is exactly the same as that corner. As you can see, I just fold my work flat. You can see how you've made the first 2 corners of the square. So in your next chain space you're going to work 5 doubles, so you're going to repeat this, you're going to repeat 3 more times. So this will be the same as on this side, and on your last side. In the next chain space, work 5 double crochets, then work a corner, so that's going to be 4 doubles, chain 2 and 4 doubles, 5 double crochets, a new corner, so 4 doubles, chain 2 and 4 doubles, and in your last space here you're going to work 5 double crochets. After those last 5, close on the chain 2 with a slip stitch. Round 11, still have the back side of our work facing. This round we're going to be working a double crochet on every stitch, and in the corner make 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. So I'm currently in that chain 2 there with a slip stitch. Make another chain 2 or a chain 3, or do a standing double crochet here, whatever works well for you. And now we're going to work a double crochet on the first 3 stitches. Especially this first one, be mindful not to accidentally forget. So that there is the first stitch. So 1, 2, 3 doubles. Now I'm at the corner, so here I'm going to do 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. On the straight edge, work a double crochet on every stitch. So 1, and this is number 2. Working a double crochet on every stitch is going to bring you to the other corner, where you work exactly the same corner as you've just done. So 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. Continue all the way around, and when you've done your last double crochet here, close on the chain 2 with a slip stitch. After round 11, you'll notice that your work really curls inward a bit and it cups a little bit. Don't worry about this. When we're going to do the next few rounds, this will really flatten out. So don't stress if that happens to you. Round 12. In this round, we're going to be connecting 4 flower tips to our square. So especially the corners, we're going to be connecting to the flowers that they're lying onto. So these 4 corners we're going to be connecting. Going to start on the first edge. I'm going to work a double crochet on every stitch till I get to the corner. Chain 2 is my first double, and then on these stitches work a double crochet on each. It's my first stitch here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 double crochets. Now I'm at the corner. In the corner we're going to be working quite a few stitches, and also we're going to connect the flower petal that's immediately underneath the corner. We're still working from the back of our work, by the way, just in case you're doubting. In the corner, start by working 1 double crochet in the corner space. Now we're going to work a special double crochet in which we're going to connect the flower petal to our work. Just take a moment to look at your petal. You'll see that in the middle of the petal you've got 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. If you look from the front, it's these 3 here that you worked really between those stitches. Those 3 are the 3 that we're going to be considering now. So these 3 stitches. We're now going to connect the first double crochet. You're going to make a stitch around the post of that double crochet. Let me show you how. Yarn over, then into the chain 2 space from the corner, from the square, pick up a loop and take off the first 2 loops of the double crochet. Now stop. Now go to your petal, and that stitch I indicated, that first of the 3, you're going to go around the post of that stitch. Pull everything a little close together. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 the loops that are currently on your stitch, or rather I should say the post and the 2 loops. And that's going to complete the double crochet. So you might just want to do that in 2 steps. That might just be easier. This was your first special double crochet. Chain 2. 1. This is going to be your new corner. 1, 2. That's the new corner. We're going to do another special double crochet, and this time around the 3rd of those 3. Remember, we've now worked on the first one. Here's the second, and then here is the 3rd. So you're going to take the 3rd post, that one. If you look from the front, just take it out. You've worked around the first one. If you see that little white stripe, that's from the first one. And you've got the second and the 3rd. So now you're going to take that one there. So again, do a special double crochet. That's yarn over. First go through the chain 2 space of the corner. Pick up your yarn and take off 2 loops. Now stop. Go to the stitch we need. It's going to be that 3rd double crochet around the post. And bring everything a little bit together. And then yarn over and pull through all of these loops and posts. And now you've connected the tip to the square. In the corner space, we still need to do 1 double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over and then insert and make a double crochet in the corner space. Now this all feels very full and cluttered here. It's supposed to. You've got the chain 2 corner space and you've got 2 double crochets on either side. If you look from the front of your work, look closely, you see those 2 little, if I just fold it open, you see those 2 little white stripes there from connecting the square to your petal. But in the biggest sense of things from the cushion, you won't even notice those 2 little stripes. We're on to the next straight edge. Work a double crochet on each, and then when you get to the corner, we're going to do exactly the same as we did there. I will show you that again. I'm going to make a jump in the video, so just to get you started here. In the first stitch, double crochet and work 1 on every stitch until you get to the next chain 2 space. So I'm going to continue and I'll see you when I get here. You can see how I'm now on the other side. I'm going to do exactly the same in this corner as we did in that corner. I'll just show you again because this corner might be just a little tricky. I'm going to start with a double crochet in the chain 2 corner of the square. Like so. A double crochet, special double crochet, when we're going to connect to the flower tip again. Yarn over and into the square, pick up a loop, yarn over and take off 2 loops. I'm going to stop. Come to the flower petal. Consider here are the 3 most center double crochets around the post of that first one, as though you're making a post stitch. This is a front post stitch, as though you're making a front post stitch. Insert your hook around that post. If you look from the front, you see there's a strap from the hook that's around the first of those 3 that you made right for the tip. bring everything together to get these stitches nice and tight. Then yarn over and pull through all the posts and loops on your hook, and it might be easier just do it in 2 sections. Chain 2, 1, 2. This chain 2 is your new corner. Now we're going to do a special double crochet again. Yarn over into the chain 2 space from the square, pick up and take off 2 loops. Go through the 3rd double crochet. So here's the 2nd, and there's the 3rd. So again around that post as though you're making a front post stitch. Pick up your yarn and pull through all the loops and posts on your hook. And then to complete, work another double crochet in the square chain 2 space. And 2. And that's again a corner made and a flower petal connected to your work. The next straight edge, again a double crochet on every stitch. Be mindful, this is the first one, remember. When you get to the next corner, going to again connect this flower petal to the corner just like we did right now. So everything we've just done, just zoom out a little bit, you can see a bit better. So what we've just done here in this corner, a double crochet on every stitch, work the new corner, going to repeat that on this edge, connect this corner to that petal, double crochet on every stitch, then connect this corner to that petal, double crochet on every stitch. When you do the last one, that's going to be this one here, close on the chain 2 with a slip stitch. And this is an important round because you really want to get these flower petals connected correctly. If you look from the front, you see they're nicely connected to your work here. And these 4, they're still undone, but don't worry, we'll do them later. So this is where we're at the moment. Round 13. At the moment I still have the back side facing from round 12. I'm going to turn my work and work from the front for row 13. However, I'm first going to do just a chain 1 because that will help me to turn. Just take note, you're currently in the chain 2 here, that starting chain 2. So take note of where you are at the moment. And we're going to work the other way. That means your next stitch is going to be that stitch there. Let's do a chain 1. And then turn my work. So now you have the right side of your work facing with the 4 connected petals, and some of these petals are still loose. So just fold them forward to get them out of the way. Remember I said where you were? You're in that chain 2, so this is where you're currently in. You're in that stitch here, that stitch there. Your next stitch is this one. See, that's where you are at the moment. That chain 2, so that's your next stitch there, that one. And we're going to work a single crochet on every stitch. The chain 1 I just made, that already counts as your first single crochet, so you're going to also close on that stitch. So in the next stitch, make a single crochet and work a single crochet on every stitch till you're all the way around. When you get to a corner, you're going to work a single, chain 2 and a single in the corner. Do take note and just count your stitches when you're at the end of this round, because you're working the other way, it's easy to miss a stitch or something along those lines. So at the end of this round you should have 23 single crochets per side. So just do take the time to count your stitches. That'll help you to catch any mistakes early. I'm just almost to the corner, and you see you've got these special double crochets here, and they can be just a little, they pull a little inward. So just get them all. There. one, I've got another stitch here. There, that's that one special double crochet. And this here's the corner. See, it all looks a little funny because it all pulls inward. So this is a single, chain 2, and another single in the corner. And then the next stitch is again that special double crochet, and that's that stitch there. Remember, your stitches now are to the left of your post because we've swapped our work around. So that's the first stitch there. That's that special double crochet. So that's 1, and then this is number 2. That's a double crochet. We also worked in the corner space, etc. You're going to continue all the way around. Work a single crochet on every stitch, and in your corner work single, chain 2, and a single. And when you come back here to where we started, which was here, close on the chain 1 with a slip stitch. And please just take the time to count your stitches. You need 23 per side. Round 14. This is again an important round because we're going to be connecting the next flower tips to our work. So if we've done the 4 on the corner already, now we're going to do these 4 that you've still got left. So an important round again. And we're again going to be doing that with special double crochets, but this time of course we've got our flower petals in front of our work. So we can do the same concept but just maybe from a different direction. You're currently in this stitch with a slip stitch. Remember, that was the chain 1 you started with, and you've closed on that with a slip stitch. Chain 2. This is your first double crochet. I'm going to make a double crochet in the next stitch. Just check, that's, yes, that's this stitch here. That's the next stitch. Now we're going to do a special double crochet, and we're going to connect our flower petal. So start by yarn over and through the single crochet, pick up your loop and take off 2 loops. Now we're going to go through the tip of the flower petal. Again, you can see these 3 double crochets that we did right in the tip. That first one, around the post of that first one, you're going to go around, but we're going to do it not from the front but from the back. So from the back of our work, as though you're doing a back post stitch, you're going to go around the post of that stitch. Take your hook around the post of that first one as though it's a back post stitch. Then pick up your yarn and take through everything that's on your hook, and take this in 2 steps. That might be just a little bit easier. If you look closely, see there's the little stripe from the yarn that you just pulled through, but like I said before, in the greater sense of things, you're not even going to notice that. In the next stitch, again do a special double crochet, and this time we're not going to connect the not the first one but the third one. You see here's the center and then that third one, so you're going to do the same around the post of that third one from the back. So yarn over, then go to the next stitch and just take a moment to see where it's at. You see here we just worked, so we're going to go to the next stitch, so that's going to be that stitch. So the next stitch, and this is all a little tighter and a little uncomfortable, so take your time on this. Pick up your loop, take off 2 loops. Now again, as though it's a back post stitch, around that third double crochet. Then yarn over and pull through everything that's on your hook. And there we go. Take that slow. Now you've connected your flower petal. Well done. That really does take, that does take some work and some really looking at what you're doing. I'll show this to you again when we get to the next flower petal. Now I'm going to do a double crochet on every stitch until we get to the corner. So this is again a little bit easier. Just take a moment to see where the next stitch is. You see that I just worked and then go to the next stitch. So be sure to not accidentally skip any stitches here. And then work a double crochet. And one on every stitch till you're to the corner. And then we're going to do a, now let me just call it a standard corner again. So that's going to be 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles in the corner. And again, also when you finish this round, just do take the time to count your stitches. You should have 27 per edge. But do that when you're finished because that's just going to be easier. And a few more. And then this is the last one here. Now I'm to the corner. So it's going to be chain 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles and 2. There you go. You can see already how your work's nicely flat and how this is connected. So for the next straight edge, and I'll show you this edge and then you just do the rest all the way around also. On the first 10 stitches do a double crochet. So that's the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just need more yarn, 5, and 6, 7, 8, number 9, and the last one, number 10. Now I've done 10 double crochets. Now we're ready to connect the flower tip again. So we're going to do exactly the same as we've done on this flower petal here, going to do over there. So that's going to be a special double crochet in the next stitch. So insert into the stitch, pick up, take off 2 loops. Come to your flower petal, that first of the 3, as though you're making a back post stitch around the post, yarn over and pull through everything that's on your hook. And take it slow here, no need to rush it. And do the same on the next stitch, just another special double crochet. So yarn over in the next stitch, be sure that you get the correct stitch. Pick up a loop, take off 2 loops, go through the 3rd stitch as though it's a back post stitch, and yarn over and take everything off that's on your hook. And again, take the time for that. And then that connects your next flower petal. In every single crochet you now work a double. So on the next stitch, work a double and work a double until you get to the corner. And in the corner you again work 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. And you can see how I'm slowly getting all the way around. I just zoom out with you. You see where I'm at the moment. Connected this flower petal and I've just now connected this one with you. Going to work a double crochet until I get to the corner, where I'll be working 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles, which will be exactly the same here as there. And then you're on the next straight edge, connect this flower petal, so 10 doubles then connect the petal, and then come back the other side. Do that here also. After 10, connect your petal, work your last corner, and then you've got a series of double crochets until you get to the chain 2, and then close on that chain 2 with a slip stitch. When you've completed row 14, this is what your work looks like. You see you've got all your flower petals connected, and you've got a nice square. If you just pull it out a little bit, you notice that it just straightens and flattens out a bit more. This was the hardest part up till now, and these flower petals, connecting them, it just does take a little time. So make sure you've got them connected, and at this point you should have 27 stitches from corner to corner. So just take a moment to count them and make sure you're still on the right track. Round 15, I'm currently in that starting chain 2 there with a slip stitch. Chain 1, this counts as my first stitch, my first single crochet. We're also going to close in that stitch when we come all the way around. In the next stitch, work a single crochet, so that's the next stitch there, and work a single crochet on each stitch. And here just these stitches that were these special double crochets, they just fall a little inward. You're just going to have to go a little bit behind your tip and just find those ones. So make a single crochet on every stitch. When you get to a corner, so this corner here, the chain 2 corner, work a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the corner space itself, and then continue and work another single crochet on every stitch. At the end of this round, you should have 29 singles on each edge. So this is a nice relaxing round. This is a round just to get your square nice and straight after these special stitches that kind of do tend to just fall in a little bit. And I'm almost to the corner, and then at that point I'll leave you for this round. The corner, single, chain 2, and a single. On the straight edge, first stitch, that one, work a single and work a single on every stitch until you get to the corner. Go all the way around, and after you've done your last stitches, close here on the chain, first chain stitch, that's that stitch there, close in that stitch with a slip stitch. Round 16. This round we're going to work a double crochet on every stitch, and in the corner space we work 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. Just get you started. I'm sure you can do this round without me. Chain 2, that's again your double crochet, and then go to the next stitch on which you're going to work the next double crochet. Work a double on every stitch. When you get to a chain 2 corner space, work 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. Go all the way around. Here on your last stitch, close on the chain 2 with a slip stitch. At the end of this round you should have 33 stitches on each edge. For round 17 to 23, I'm just going to go up a hook size. The reason is we've worked with a 3mm hook up till now, and we're now going to be doing linen stitch, which is chain 1, single crochet, etc. And that tends to be a bit tight. So either work these next few rounds a bit loose, and if you have trouble doing that, consider going up a hook size. So I'm just going to go to a 3.5mm hook for the next few rounds, because that's just going to make it easier for me to keep my stitches loose enough that my work doesn't pull, because you can see it's nice and flat at the moment, and I want to keep it that way. If you work your work too tight, you'll get a bit of a bulge here in the middle, and that's, well, I don't want that. So I'm just going to go from a 3 to a 3.5 millimeter hook. You can also stick with the 3 millimeter hook and just work your stitches a bit loose, whichever works best for you. So for round 17, and my yarn is a little twisted, I'm going to start with a chain 2. 1, 2. This counts as, the first chain 1 counts as my single crochet, and the second chain 1 counts for a chain 1 space. I'm going to skip the next double crochet. That's going to be this stitch here. I'm going to skip that stitch and then go to the next. Work a single crochet in there. Chain 1, skip the next stitch and work a single. Chain 1, skip a stitch and then work a single. I'm going to continue this until we're to the corner. Single crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch and a single. Chain 1, skip a stitch and a single. Chain 1, skip a stitch, work a single, we're almost to the corner, skip a stitch and a single, chain 1, skip a stitch, work a single. At this point there's one stitch left before the corner. To do a chain 1, then I'm going to skip this last stitch and go to the corner. And the corner is a single, chain 2 and another single. Turn for the next edge, which is going to be the same as on this side. Chain 1, skip the first stitch, that's going to be this stitch here, skip that and then go to the second and work a single. Chain 1, skip a stitch and work a single. Repeat this till you're to the other side. So you're going to continue like this until you're to this corner, where you're again going to be skipping the last stitch and then work the corner, which is single, chain 2, single. Go all the way around, and then I'll just see you here for the last few stitches. Almost all the way around. Just want to show you the last few stitches. I already have a chain 1 on there, so I'm going to skip this stitch, work a single, chain 1, skip the next stitch, work a single, chain 1, skip the next stitch, which is also our last stitch, because the next stitch, you can see you've made that chain 2 there. You can see that's the chain 2 that you started on. Now you've got the 1, 2 chain stitches. I'm going to grab the first one and just close on there with a slip stitch. There we go. I've now completed this round. You can cut your yarn because for the next round we need a new color. Round 18, we have a new color yarn. We're going to start in any chain 2 corner space. Just insert your hook in any chain 2 space, doesn't matter which one, and attach your yarn with a slip stitch. Chain 1, this is your first corner stitch, your first single crochet of the corner. Chain 2 and then make another single crochet in the corner. So this is your first corner made. Single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. For the straight edge, chain 1, and we're going to skip the single and go to the next chain 1 space. Work a single in there. Chain 1, skip the single and go to the chain 1 space. We're going to work a single crochet. You're going to repeat that until you're to the other side. So you're going to do chain 1 and then a single crochet in the chain 1 space from the previous round. And this way you're going to get that nice serrated edge, which is very classic of the linen stitch. And when you get to the other side, you're going to work the corner, which is a single, chain 2 and another single in the chain 2 corner space. Remember to, if you've kept to the 3mm hook, not to work your stitches a bit loose, because otherwise with all these chain stitches they tend to pull a little bit. If you find that your work pulls too much, consider going up a hook size, which is what I did to prevent that from happening. Chain 1, almost to the other side, single crochet, chain 1. You have one single left before the corner. Going to skip that last single, then go to the corner, which is a single crochet, chain 2 and a single crochet. And then this corner is the same as the corner we started with. So what you just on this edge, do this on your other 3 also. And after your last stitch, you're going to do the single crochet in the chain space, chain 1, skip this last single crochet, and then you've got 3 chain stitches. On the first one, close with a slip stitch. Row 19. Currently in that first stitch with a slip stitch. Just going to move to the chain 2 space. If you just open that up, you can see where it is. If you can't see where it is, just punch your hook in there and you'll find it automatically. Slip stitch into the chain 2 space. There you go. And now you're going to do exactly what you did for the previous row. For row 18, you're going to do exactly the same. I'll just get you started. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Where that first chain counts as your single crochet, so you're also going to close on the first chain, and then you've got chain 2 for the corner, and then make another single crochet in the corner space. So this is your corner made. Chain 1, skip the first stitch and then go to the chain space and work a single in there. Chain 1 and a single crochet in the chain space. Chain 1 and a single in the chain space. Repeat this until you're to the corner, so until you're here. Then in the corner, actually you're going to have your last single crochet in the chain space, chain 1, and then in the corner work a single, chain 2 and a single, exactly like you did for row 18, you're going to do for row 19. Go all the way around, and when you get to the beginning, close on your first chain, so on chain 1 from the chain 3, and then you can also cut your yarn. For round 20 and 21, you're going to do exactly the same as we did for row 18, 19. So for 20 and 21, repeat rounds 18 and 19, but in a different color. I'm going to be using this blue yarn. So I'm not going to show it to you again, so repeat 18 and 19 with a different color yarn. Rounds 22 and 23, going to do again exactly the same as we did for 20 and 21, which is repeat rows 18 and 19. So again, going to do 2 linen stitch rounds, repeat rounds 18 and 19, and this time I'm going to be using a darker yarn, so that way we have 3 edges of linen stitch. So again, repeat round 18 and 19 with another color yarn. When you finished your last repeat, so the repeat of 18 and 19, so those last 2 rows, this is what your work looks like. You've come to the end of part 2 for In Bloom. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again for part